We got red, we got green, we got red, we got green, we got red, we got green. Zigwarf back again, and we are playing our, what's it called? Red versus green map, which is my PvP map, which I'm building at the moment. That block is something I haven't shown you guys before. Anyway, moving on. I recently set up the team pick. The team pick starting sequence. So I set this up on off camera, not on camera, because the last time I tried setting something up on camera, it turned out really terrible. So I'm changing that a bit right now. And I set it up off camera, and I'm just going to go through and explain it, and that's going to be the episode, basically. Yeah, so I've already basically taken up about 50 seconds explaining that to you at the beginning of this episode. So yeah, it'll fill up some time. Anyway, so the first topic before I start this is the testing topic. So since this is a PvP map, I'm going to have to test it with more than one player. So I can do some off-camera testing with a second account that I have, or my brother has actually, and we can test that together, but then that's only a 2-player account. So to fully test it, we need to have at least 4 players, I consider, and maybe a 3-player scenario, or a 5-player scenario, have an odd number in there. So I'm thinking possibly, just to make it really fun and sort of interactive with the community, sometime I may host a Realm server, and we'll, what do you call it? I can't think of words. I'll invite people. I'll invite you guys. I'll set up a video and we'll test it and stuff like that. And yeah, and I'm thinking about submitting this as a Realms mini game, actually, even though it's not super fancy or anything. Someone might just want plain old PvP. But anyway, so yeah, I'll set up a Realm server eventually, and we'll have some people volunteer to come on at a certain time, and we'll all test it out. I'll probably record it. We'll try to get as many people on Skype as possible, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, and that's just a plan in the not in the near future, in the distant future. We haven't even started building the actual map. Okay, so anyway, so we're gonna, let's switch modes really quick. Okay, pick teams, right? We're gonna hit the button. Wait, first I have to make sure that I'm not in the other, ooh, I hate typing, actually. Join. Let's join the spawn team, actually. Okay, so we're in the spawn team. That's what we need to be on. That's what everyone's supposed to be on in this area. The spectate team will be spectators. I think we'll set that up later. In the next episode, spectators. Yeah, spectators and a part of the start sequence. Anyway, so spectate team would be spectators. Then there's red, green, and then there's the debug team, which will sort of exclude you from other things, certain things. Okay, anyway, let's hit team pick. So it says, pick a team. Right now, we have a nothing. But over here, we got red, we got green, we got red, we got green, we got red, we got green. So this is how it's going to go, basically. And there's a timer that's counting on the right. That's for debug purposes. But you can see it'll keep going up until about 500, and then it'll put me on whatever team I'm on. So I'm going to go to red, actually. Pow. So it throws me in here, which is the red kit selection. It says teams picked. So that's how it works, and it's completely reset. We can go do that again if we wanted. I think it'll work even if I'm on the red team. Oops, oh, and this is one more thing that occurs. So when we hit pick teams, these things are blocked up, basically, like the spectator thing. So you can't go into the spectate place, and you can't go into, you can't click on pick a team again. This blocking will occur until the end of the game and everyone's back in here. The reason why is that when a spectator is spectating the game, they can all the time, basically, they can just turn back into a normal person. That's what we plan to do. So, so if there's a spectator who's spectating the game decides to just become a player in the middle of a game, they come in here and then they hit team pick and all that. That'll just totally mess up everything. So this is a safeguard against that. Let's go ahead and destroy it all. Pow. Okay, and also they won't be able to become spectators again because it just. Actually, we shouldn't block the spectator thing. Yeah, we shouldn't block the spectator thing. I had a reason for it, but I forgot what it was. We'll find out anyway. So let's try that again. We'll do the green team this time. There's no indication of what team you're on when you're in first person view, so I'm going to change that probably. But I'm thinking it'll be pretty intuitive, once you get in. And the next thing that I wanted to talk about is that when you spawn in, you don't get picked on a team because this is a center block, and I made it so that it only picks when you're on either side of that block. So we're in the green place. Yeah. Okay. So I'll go back to explaining what I was saying. So when we first spawn in, basically, we won't have any armor on. Wait, is that armor? No, that's a band. Oh, that's my skin. The little green in the corner here. Yeah. Okay. So when we spawn in, basically, to pick teams, we're thrown right here, right in the middle, where we're not on any team. So that'll cause a problem when we pick, when we're teleported and stuff like that. The way I'm going to solve that is by actually summoning an explosion or prime TNT. No, a creeper probably. An instant blow up creeper thing. That'll blow up right here without giving us damage, hopefully. And it'll throw all the players. It'll sort of spread all of us out. So that way, we never, we're just randomly spread at the beginning. I think that would be cool. But we'll probably have to change something about how the teams are picked to make sure that someone's always on a team. Okay, so over here, this is the first command block. It's set block negative blah 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 to redstone. So it sets a certain block to a redstone block, which is basically what we're going to do for all buttons because all the mechanics are going to be somewhere else. Okay, so that block happens to be this one right here. Let's go ahead and look at that. -10, 87, -1. So it's doing several things. So initially, it just sends a pulse to this block, which sets the scoreboard. It sets the timer to 0. Basically, it resets to 0. Make sure that it's at 0, and it says, pick a team. So it pops the title up, pick a team to all players except for spectators. And then over here, it teleports all players to the spawn location right above there. And then what does it do here? Then it fills blocks. This is the safeguard. It fills the clay blocks in those areas where the buttons are. And then also it starts a repeating command block that adds 1 to the timer. And we've set this up so that there's a player called Timer. He's not he or she isn't a player that's actually connected to the server, just an imaginary offline player. And that's how command blocks are normally used for scores and things like this, for other purposes other than just scoring per player. So like if I wanted to have a score per team, I'd set up a player or offline player for each team. And then set their score value. That way it'd be easier. But we'll see what we do. We'll see what we do. I think we'll have to do that. Now the problem with this is if there's actually a player called Timer who joins the server, there may be problems, but there may not be. We'll have to see. We'll figure that out. I don't think there'll be big problems. There may be. Anyway, moving on. Then we set the effect to speed 2, I think. Yeah, speed 2 for 2 seconds, but this is on an infinite repeat thing, so you keep getting speed. So that way you can move around us faster, And then we got a blank command block and another blank one, just in case we need to add things. And then let's look at this. Scoreboard teams join red at A, which is all players who are not on the spectate team. We don't want spectators to be involved. X is equal to -11, Y is equal to 107, Z is equal to 1, DX, blah, blah, blah. So this is actually a volume, basically, that we're searching. So X and Y and Z specify where we're starting the volume from. DX specifies the number of blocks in the X direction. DY specifies the number of blocks in the Y direction. And DZ specifies the number of blocks in the Z direction. Now, it's not actually coordinate. These aren't actually coordinates, DX, DY, and DZ. They're just the number of blocks in a certain direction. I made the mistake of thinking it was coordinates, and that messed up, and I had to double check that. Same thing here, but this is actually for the green team, so it's the green side instead. So instead of putting armor on the people who are on whichever side first, I'm putting them on their teams. So anyone on the green side will automatically be on the green team. Anyone on the red side will automatically be on the red team, unless they switch sides while the timer's going. Yeah. Okay, moving on. We did that. Oh wait, no, we didn't do that. Oh, where are we? Oh, okay, we're right here. Yeah. So now we put a leather helmet. Let's look at this. We check for all team red players. So we're checking for teams instead. We don't have to check the volume again. So now whoever's on the red side will be on the red team. Anyone on the green side will be on the green team. So you can immediately check for teams instead of any other selectors, or I think, or arguments. So yeah, so all players on the red team will get armor in the head slot. This is a replace item command. So you specify what slot you want to put the item in, and then leather helmet 1, a quantity of 1. I don't know what 0 specifies. I think it's like a type. I don't know. And then we use the color here, display color, blah blah blah, which is numbers, which is I don't really know what it is. I just use something online. Anyway, moving on, and we do the same for the red team for the helmet, and then we do the chest plate for the green team. Oh, sorry. Green team, red team first for the chest plate, and then the green team again. I made sure to keep that order, so just to make things consistent. So yeah. So it's doing that just for whichever team. Then we check. We test for timer, which is our offline player, and we check his time, which is 500. Well, we check and see if his minimum time is 500. Yeah, a minimum time is 500. A maximum time is 2, whatever the biggest number they can think of is. There's no max for me, basically. And then if that test passes, this is a conditional command block. So the last command block has to actually activate and run for this one to work. And then it says teams picked, and then it sets a block, blah blah blah, to redstone, which is actually here. So once this test is complete, this whole stack of command blocks run. Okay, so and they repeat again. So TP at a team equals red. So it teleports all the players on team red into here with a specific rotation pointing that way, basically. And then they do the same for green. We do the same for green, but pointing this direction because that's where the teams will be picked. Anyway, and then scoreboard players set timer time 0. So the player timer, his time is set to 0 now. So we reset the timer basically. The timer's time. Yeah. And then we set block -10, 87, -1 stone. So I believe that's here, this block, right? Yep. So we set this to stone so that this clock doesn't go anymore, so we don't add any more time to timer. And then we clear everyone's inventory. And then we got blank command blocks here. I think, yeah, these are just extras in case we need more. And then we set this block, we set this block back to stone so that this loop stops. There we go. That is the whole. I don't think that has to be a loop actually, but in any case, if it needs to be a loop ever, it is a loop. So redundancy, basically redundant. It's redundant, I think that's what you call it. So yeah, I had a little command block mistake here. I filled like a whole area just with clay, hardened clay. And I didn't know what I was doing at all. I had no clue whatsoever. Okay, moving back up. I think that's the end of this episode. The beginning of the map's here. I haven't even thought about building it because that's the most time-consuming part of this actually, is building an actual map that's versatile and, you know, fits more than... Oh no, oh, don't do that to me, sticky keys. Okay. Building a map that basically fits more than 2, 4, or 5 players, or 6 players, 3 on each team. A map that'll fit at least 10, that's what I'm going for, and then and also work for 2 players and not be like too big for 2 players. And also a map, oh, stop this. 1 second, guys. Come on. No, never.
Always scan this section.
Wow, thank you so much. That was terrible. You guys wouldn't hear that, but yeah, I'm trying to get rid of sticky keys. I clicked the wrong thing. Can I do it? Nope, it's still going click click. There we go. Turn on sticky key. Yeah, off. Go away. I don't want sticky keys. Okay. We got it. Okay. As I was saying, yeah, that's going to be the challenge with building the map, is getting it to work for more than 2 players and also 2 players. So, yeah, we'll figure that out. This probably won't be blocked in the future, but we'll see. We'll figure that out too. I'm thinking the next episode will be dedicated to setting up the start sequence and the spectator mode, how that's going to work. So the spectator mode's not going to be too hard. It's going to be super simple, basically. Clear inventory, set game mode to spectator, and give them join the player to the team, spectate, and then maybe throw a title in there or something. We'll see, and then we'll have some way of getting out of spectator mode. I don't really know exactly how right now, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, and I was thinking about using a different kind of mode, instead of spectator, just making my own, like how they do on all these servers online. They make their own spectator mode instead of using the built-in one, because there are some benefits to that. Instead of using the built-in one, you can handle players differently. Yeah, anyway. That's just an interesting little thing to look at and figure out. But this is probably going to be just spectator mode, / game mode 3. There we go, spectator mode. I like spectator mode. I like the fact that you can speed up how fast you fly just by scrolling your mouse. And also selecting players that you can teleport to and team members. Even though I don't think we're going to use the team members because they're all going to be on the same team. But we'll figure that out. We could also have a spectate on death kind of thing, like a death match. I don't know. We may have another wall that'll select a game mode, death match or point based. I don't know. I mean, that may be a thing. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.